My name is Ryan Smillie. I'm an Associate Portfolio Manager here at Luft Financial, and I'm here to talk to you today about something that continues to dominate the news, which is inflation. So here's our team at Luft Financial. Regardless of who your principal contact is, you're supported by a team of portfolio managers, advisors, and admin staff. So let's define inflation. What is inflation? Defined by the McKinsey Institute of Economic and Business Research, inflation is the gradual loss of purchasing power reflected in a broad rise in prices for goods and services. Probably wondering, what is the normal target rate of inflation in Canada? Well, the Bank of Canada targets an annual inflation rate of 2%, but generally views an annual inflation rate of 1 to 3% per year as acceptable. As seen in the graph, the Bank of Canada was fairly successful in keeping inflation within their target range from the year 2000 to 2020, but has failed to do so effectively for the past 3 years. It rose so rapidly for a number of factors, including global conflicts, supply chain issues, but two reasons that I'd like to highlight today are money supply and the expansion of money over the last few years, as well as historically low interest rates. Money supply in Canada rose at a relatively steady rate from 2013 to 2020, keeping inflation in check. In 2020, there was a rapid expansion of money supply, which contributed to the increases in cost of goods. Now the Bank of Canada and the Government of Canada are attempting to unwind the expansion of money supply. This chart shows the Bank of Canada prime rate over the past 5 years. As you can see, interest rates hovered just below 2% pre-COVID. When COVID shutdowns occurred, there was panic and rates dropped rapidly to 0.25% in an attempt to stimulate demand. As soon as it was realized that inflation was no longer transitory and it was here to stay, the Bank of Canada has gone on a rate hike rampage in an attempt to curb inflation. They've raised rates from historic lows at 0.25% to 4.5% in a period of under 1 year. As you all know, higher interest rates increase borrowing costs for both businesses and individuals. The most obvious example that many of us can relate to is housing prices and housing costs. So over the past year, housing prices have actually dipped down for the first time in a while in Vancouver, but yet mortgage costs and borrowing carrying costs have increased, putting financial stress on many households. When will inflation slow down and when will we get some relief? As seen in the chart here, it appears that peak inflation was roughly 8.1% in the summer of 2022 and has steadily decreased to a point where we're at 4.4% in April of 2023. Even though most of us are still feeling the pain of the rapid inflation in 2022, combined with higher borrowing costs, statistically, we are on the way back down to the Bank of Canada's target rate of 1 to 3%. Hopefully in the next 12 to 18 months. And although nobody knows for sure, it is my expectation we have passed peak inflation and interest rate hikes have leveled off. Thank you for watching today. If you have any questions about today's presentation or any financial concern, please feel free to reach out to any one of the team members at Luft Financial and we'll be happy to help.